Oh, it's just Jord.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Very Little Nightmares video, and today we have been given even more information regarding the release date for the Very Little Nightmares and also how much it's going to cost and some other little bits of details. Sorry I've took so long with this video. I did plan on it coming out a few days ago, but something did come up. I'll probably explain on Discord or something in the future. But anyway, like I said in the last few videos, the way I will set this video up will be the same as the last time, where I will jump from each topic and give the detailed subplots to these paragraphs and things like that, just so it's easier to transition for you guys and gals. Anyway, with that being said, what do we have now? Well, let's talk about the new email that recently has been sent out by the Bandai Namco newsletter information email regardless. Anyway, it was sent on the Thursday the 2nd of May, and it was for me anyway. Anyway, in short, the email we first see a small little introduction sentence that teases something rather interesting about the up and coming game, and they say, a new beginning, and maybe this time you'll finally make some friends and become a good person. Anything is possible. Now, the first thing I thought when I read this was, new friends? When did Six have any? The only time I've ever seen Six sort of interact with people like her is in the comics, where they're all around the fire speaking about stories in the mall. Also, there is something interesting about the line, and become a good person. With that being said, we must be playing Six when she is without her powers, as they are telling us that she is in fact a human at this point in her story. And then they traditionally leave us hanging with anything is possible. After this, we get a link to an iOS product page, and this page is where we find out a few more interesting things about Very Little Nightmares. The first thing you'll notice is the age rating. They must have dialed back some of the gore and violence in the game to get the rating so low. Is this a good move? I suppose with the choice they will be able to show the game to a wider range of audiences from that age onwards, so in my opinion it's a good choice, but hopefully they didn't dial back too much. If we look further down the page, we actually see why it's given the rating as it follows. Rated 9+ for the following: infrequent mild horror, fear themes, and infrequent mild cartoon or fantasy violence. So there's the reasoning for it. Then under the title and age, we are given a subcategory, and it's tagged as an escape room and a puzzle adventure. Also with this, we get a pre-order option and a release date, which you can see is expected to be around the 30th of May. The size of the game is estimated to be around 786.1 megabytes and will require you to have iOS 9.0 or later, and it will support the following languages: English, Catalan, Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Turkish. Then we get to the price, and it's at this moment it's going to set you back at around $6.99. Not only did we get a whole lot of information regarding the game, if you signed up for the newsletter, you also get access to some of free new images and wallpaper art. These images have some interesting visuals to them, so let's take a look at the ones you can actually download from the email now. So on your screen currently you can see the first wallpaper, and this image seems to be of Six making her way through the mansion, but it looks like she's travelling within the walls of the mansion. So who knows what's going on there? All we know is it's going to be sneaky beaky, and maybe we're going to run into a few gnomes hiding away as well. Then in the second downloadable image is another in-game screenshot of Six as she appears to be trapped in a room where there are only books, like some sort of forgotten about storage, and there is a box type object in there, which must mean the real reason why Six is in that room. So from the look of it, we know we're collecting items and ingredients to go and progress through this world, and if you didn't notice, the box actually has an eye symbol on it. The third downloadable image, we see Six walking along some of the wooden platforms, which looks rather familiar to the first part of the base game with Six originally, after we fall into the leeches. As far-fetched as it might sound, it seems like there are little boxes or little homes somewhere around in the area. As you can see, there's like quite some prominent sort of little box houses, if you will, kind of like a bird type cage sort of thing. So who knows what that could be? Maybe it's the gnomes making a home for themselves. We'll have to see in the game. And then the fourth and final image that you can download is the one where we saw a few videos back. So basically this is nothing new in that sense. What's interesting about it though is that I think more drawings have been added. For example, the gnomes running from the hand, if you couldn't see already. I've zoomed in a bit, hopefully in the video, but you can sort of see the gnomes running away from the hand rather than to it. It's a bit of a funny view if you look at it one way, because it does look like they're kind of running to it, but if you look at the feet, you know they're running away. But with all that being said, we get to see the first full image of one of the creatures on the mansion, and just when you thought Little Nightmares couldn't get any creepier, this happens. He looks a little like Roger, but with a few different features. Now I will be making a video discussing him all on his own in the next week or so I'll be going into more detail with that video and the origin of possibly this character. But I think it's an interesting design, and I wonder if this character is basically the sort of janitor of the mansion, for example. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very short video, but I did want to keep you guys updated because, you know, we're all at the moment about Little Nightmares and always will be, and some extra games coming in on the way. But like I said, I always want to keep you guys up to date with everything I find out. Sorry, this one was a bit late. That's a fault on my part. But if you enjoyed the video, remember, share and comment and subscribe and like the video if you want to support it. And let me know what you think in the comments below. And remember, if you want to support the channel, like I said, make sure you subscribe and like the video. And if you want to go the extra mile and become a member of the channel, then do what the Flying Dutchman has done and become a member of the channel. And being a member gets you some exclusive perks and etc, etc. You can read all that on the features tab. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time to even sit down and watch it. It means so much to me, and I'm really glad they're actually progressing with Little Nightmares, as it makes the community active again, and you know, we all get to see some more answers with 6. But with that being said, look out for the future videos regarding Very Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares and anything to come of Little Nightmares. Also, I will be uploading the game when it does come out, so be prepared for that if you don't have iOS for now. But enough rambling, Jordan. I will let you guys go and I will work on the next video. So I will see you all in the next fairy video. Bye!